ليس لله حاجة في أن يدع طعامه وشرابه. So the chapter started with talking about the declaration of the beginning of the month, and then after that the support and the iftar, and now the author rahimahullah starts talking about the violations of fasting, whatever nullifies the fasting, and he started by this hadith which talks about a different type of song. So Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu said, the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever does not abstain from saying anything wrongful and acting upon anything wrongful, meaning zur, anything wrong, meaning zur, anything tilted from the right path. So, and acting upon anything wrongful. And al-jahl, what is al-jahl? بالمغرب عنكم. الجهل means the anger. اللهم إني أعوذ بك أن أضل أو أضل أو أزل أو أزل أو أظلم أو أظلم أو أجهل أو يجهل علي. So this is the dua when you leave the house. That's al-jahl. So meaning the anger. So there is no need, whoever does not leave these things, does not abandon and abstain from these things, then his fasting is deficient. And the Prophet ﷺ said there is no need for Allah in this fasting. Meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He prescribed the fasting, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, to achieve the piety. And whoever does not achieve the piety, meaning the fasting is deficient. So that's why Jabir radiallahu anhu said, لَن تَصُومَ حَتَّى تَصُومَ جَوَارِحُكَ, meaning you will not fulfill the actual, complete and perfect fasting till your body fast. The eye has to fast, zur, that's the indecent look, the lusty look. The ear has to fast from listening to anything, zur. The tongue has to fast. The eye, as we mentioned, has to fast. The hand has to fast. And your heart has to fast from the ghafla, from the state of oblivion. This is the hadith upon which Imam al-Ghazali rahimahullah said there are 3 levels of siyam. Sawm al-awam. He said, the general fasting, which everyone does, that's abstaining from eating and drinking and marital affairs. قال وصوم الخصوص. صوم الخصوص meaning those special fasting is to abstain. You have your jawarih, your organs, abstain from any frivolous act. The tongue, the eye, the ear. And he said, صوم الخواص الخواص, the elite, meaning that their hearts maintain the state of dhikr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning as-sawmu anil ghafla, to abstain from state of oblivion. So someone asked actually, if someone violates this, does the fasting is nullified? No, it is not, meaning it is deficient in its reward, but it's still valid. Imam Ahmad said otherwise no one would have fasted. طيب, next hadith. وعن ابن عباس رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم احتجم وهو محرم واحتجم وهو صائم. So Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu said, and when is this hadith? Obviously it's the Hajjat al-Wada', because Ibn Abbas was with the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam in the Hajjat al-Wada' in the 10th year of Hijrah. So they said the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam had hijama, that's a bloodletting, while he has the state of ihram. And he also did that while he was fasting. So obviously they were two different occasions because you cannot fast while you have ihram. So there were two different occasions. And the scholar said this is the most recent or the later in sequence chronologically in the description of hijama. So, and they said this hadith, which is narrated by Bukhari, indicates that the hijama or any act of letting the blood out does not violate the fasting. So this is a very common question: is someone wants to have some blood work, does that violate fasting? No. Or if someone wants to give blood, does that violate fasting? It does not. And this hadith is the most recent or the later in the chronological acts of the Prophet ﷺ. And this is the other hadith where some people think that the hijama violates the fasting. قال عن شداد بن أوس أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أتى على رجل بالبقيع وهو يحتجم في رمضان فقال أفطر الحاجم والمحجوم. So this hadith was in the 8th year of Hijrah actually, where the Prophet ﷺ passed by a person who was doing hijama, bloodletting for another person, and he said that was during Ramadan, and he said both have nullified their fast. So as we mentioned, this is mansukh, this is abrogated by the hadith of Ibn Abbas and by this other hadith عن أنس بن مالك قال أول ما كرهت الحجامة للصائم أن جعفر بن أبي طالب احتجم وهو صائم فمر به النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال أفطر هذان ثم رخص النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بعد في الحجامة للصائم. قال الراوي وكان أنس يحتجم وهو صائم. So Anas bin Malik said initially the hijama bloodletting was prohibited for a fasting person, and this is the same hadith that Shaddad mentioned. Ja'far was having hijama, so the Prophet ﷺ said that they both nullified their fasting, and later on it was made permissible, it was allowed. And Anas radiallahu anhu used to have the hijama while he was fasting. So no problem with giving blood during Ramadan. No problem with blood work or anything else. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله والحمد لله رب العالمين.
I have a question about eye control. You have mentioned eye and hearing. So some institutional problem here. Say you are working with your co-worker, they are not in hijab, right? Ordinary dress. So we know it is our duty to gaze, lower our gaze, but it is very difficult situation.
فاتقوا الله ما استطعتم. Fear Allah as much as you can. And for whatever you cannot, you do istighfar, and inshallah Allah will grant the maghfirah and will grant the full reward. وإلا ما سلم صوم لصائم, or otherwise no one would have perfect fasting. So فاتقوا الله ما استطعتم.
So Jahiliyyah means the age of ignorance, of anger.
Yeah. ألا لا يجهل أحد علينا فنجهل فوق جهل الجاهلين. So it was basically anyone would trigger a war or a fight because of trivial reasons. So that's why it is Jahiliyyah. So دم الحام السفه. That's what Jahiliyyah is for.
If you mentioned about donating blood is acceptable, what about receiving blood transfusion during fasting or taking insulin if needed?
I always get this question. And the first question is someone who is sick enough to receive a blood donation should not be fasting. But let's say someone is getting blood on a regular basis for that. It is okay. Yeah, it is, someone with a blood disorder and they insist on fasting because it's easier for them. It is okay, there is no problem with that. For someone, he's MPO anyway, a GI bleed, and has a need for fasting, and then they give him blood, it is okay to do that.
And what about taking insulin if needed?
So, all the injections, without exception, except for the only exception, TPN or nutritionist stuff, but all other injections are allowed and they do not violate any fasting. We're coming, inshallah, with the rest of the hadith, but this is a good segue for it. No injection causes to nullify the fasting. According to some people, even the TPN does not nullify fasting because the fasting is not about nutrition only. It's about the desire to eat, right? Because whatever you take by IV is not exactly the same by what you take by mouth. So Allahu A'lam, and this is what I support, that no injection whatsoever nullifies fasting.
Potassium.
A what?
Potassium.
Potassium injection. Might kill you.
Spoil life.
وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم.